Awesome. Cool. Welcome, guys. Welcome to how to lose 10 kgs and get six-pack abs. Okay, the exact system for you to use to reveal your abdominal muscles. Okay, my name's Reese Morgan from Spiral Up Fitness. The logo's backwards, but there you go. Okay, look, I'm just going to quickly share a little bit about what this webinar is going to be about. Not only that, but just where I've come from, a little bit about my story and why I'm delivering this webinar. For those of you that are regulars and have probably heard my story 100 times, I do apologize. But for those of you that haven't seen me before and don't know what I'm about and what I do, I'd like to share that for you as well. So the regulars, just bear with me, all right? So look, my health and fitness journey starts about 6 years ago now. I ran my life into the ground in my late teens, early 20s. I got heavily addicted to drugs and alcohol, and basically destroyed my life. I lost every job that I got, couldn't hold on to a job, lost all my real friends, got kicked out of the house I was living in, got kicked out of a few houses. All right, mates got sick of me staying on the couches, and basically I would have been homeless if it wasn't for my mother taking me back and giving me a second chance, I guess, at life. But I sort of blew that second chance by continuing the habit. But it was seeing me destroy my mother's life that flicked a switch in my brain. It made me realize that that's not who I wanted to be. I wanted to be somebody else. I didn't want to be a drug addict, upsetting my mother and destroying my own life. So look, I looked for a way out, and I found health and fitness, and it allowed me to change my life. It allowed me to pick myself back up. It allowed me to focus on something that was positive. It allowed me to see positive changes in my body, but feel the changes in my mindset. And I think the most important thing was that, and a lot of you will have experienced this, what fitness does for you is it gives you a high, and it gave me a high that wasn't related to drugs or alcohol. And it basically revamped my belief in life and with what I could do with my life. So look, long story short, look, fast forward 6 years, here I am. I turned my life around, and now I dedicate my life to helping others turn their lives around, because I've been at rock bottom. I know what it's like to be there, and I now dedicate myself to helping others live happier, healthier lives. So that's how we got here today, right? How to lose 10 kgs and get six-pack abs. I mean, it sounds a bit superficial, but we all want to look good. Well, we don't all want to lose 10 kilos, but I know there's a lot of people watching me right now who do want to lose 10 kilos. And it's not just about losing 10 kilos and looking good, is it? It's about what losing the 10 kilos does for you. It's about the increased vitality, the extra energy, and being able to run around with your kids, if you've got kids, being able to walk out in public in the clothes that you want, and not have to be thinking constantly about, oh, are people looking at me? What do I look like? Like, functioning at 100% physical and mental health is extremely important for all areas of your life. It improves your career, it improves your happiness, it improves your relationships. So, this webinar is not just about looking good and being superficial and getting six-pack abs. It's about losing weight and feeling better about yourself, and really being able to make a change in your life, and let's be honest, having six-pack abs is pretty cool, right? I have got a six-pack myself multiple times. I've helped others get six-packs, right? And it's a system. It's very simple, and we're not going to be working with any guesswork. We're not going to be saying, well, just eat clean and hopefully you get a six-pack. No, we're going to look at it. We're going to look at the scientific measurements, basically the physical and scientific measurements for how to get a six-pack abs or to lose 10 kilos. Maybe your six-pack is 20 kilos away. Doesn't matter, right? The system will help you get there. Cool. I'm just going to check on Facebook. Any questions, guys? Like, as I'm going through, feel free to ask. I'll probably answer them as I get to the points anyway. But let's have a look. I'll just check. Hey guys, how you all doing? All right, cool. Oh, Justin, Matt, oh, Josh, oh, Jesse, brother, how you doing, man? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, cool, awesome. Okay, so what we're going to cover? We're going to cover what creates the six-pack look. Like, what exactly are the things, the factors, or the components of having a six-pack? Like, some people have got them and some people don't have them, and it's like, man, I wish I could have a six-pack like that person. Or how do they get that? Like, so we're going to cover what exactly you need to do, or what components make up a six-pack. Cool. How to lose 10 kgs scientifically. Okay, so we're really going to break it down to the whole, what you exactly have to do to lose 10 kilos. Okay, no guesswork, science. All right. The most effective training methods to lose fat and lean out your core. So, the biggest bang for your buck. Now, if some of you have seen my other webinars, then you will know what I'm talking about. And if you're a PT client watching right now, an online client, bootcamp client, you know what I'm talking about, right? But a lot of people might be watching a recording of this, or a lot of people might not even know myself personally, because you may be watching this through YouTube or some other resource, some other platform, right? So we'll be covering the most effective way to get lean, right? Not just your core, but your whole body. And at the end, we're actually going to work together to put together your own training program that is going to maximize your results. I'm going to share my screen like I am now, and we're going to go through a step-by-step system to calculate everything that you need for your specific your height, weight, age, gender, activity level, everything like that. All right. So we're actually going to put together a program at the end for you to lose 10 kilos or to get a six-pack. Epic, right? Cool. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so what creates the six-pack look? Okay, so look at this dude here. Like, there's 10 abs right there, okay? How do you get 10 abs? How the hell does that guy get 10 abs? Genetics. Where your muscles insert on your body is genetic. You can't change that. And some people are built with an 8-pack, a 10-pack, or a 4-pack, for example. You can see this lady here. She's very, very lean, but you can really only see 4 abs, right? Now, does that? I mean, she still looks great, right? She's not able to get a 6-pack because genetically her insertions are in the wrong area on her body to see a 6-pack. Whereas this guy would never be able to lose his 8th, 9th, 10th abs, right? Because that's where his muscle insertions are, right? So a big part of getting the 6-pack is genetics. Now, you may have a 4-pack. That doesn't mean that you can't get an amazing looking stomach. Like females watching me right now, who wouldn't want to have a stomach that looks like that, right? Even though she doesn't have a 6-pack, she looks great, okay? And guys, there's dudes out there with 4-packs that look absolutely amazing as well. So you cannot, if you've only got four abs, 4 abdominal muscles there, you can't create 6, but you can remove the fat around them to reveal the abs in there, right? So genetics for fat storage. So if you look down the bottom here, right? So people store fat in different ways. You've maybe heard of the peach, the apple, right? The pear. The way that people store fat on their bodies is also genetic, and somebody might get a 6-pack faster than somebody else because they might hold a lot of their fat in their lower body. All right. Or it might be all over. Okay. Or it might be, you can see the last guy on the end on the far right. Okay. Who has been drinking too many beers and eating too many chips, right? When we see that a lot in middle-aged men. Okay. Because it's just the societal lifestyle that we have, but that's where all of the fat is stored, right? So even though you might see very lean shoulders and arms, there's so much fat around the midsection that it's going to take them a long time to get that 6-pack. So where your fat is stored plays a big part as well, but that doesn't mean that you can't get a 6-pack. It just means you may have to work harder than others, or you may get it easier than others. You may find that your arms and your legs lean out way, way faster than your belly, and you might find that you've got a hell of a lot of different in your shoulders and your chest and your legs, but not quite there with the 6-pack there. It doesn't mean you can't get it. It just means we have to push a little bit further to attain that 6-pack, okay? So, and which is what we'll cover when we talk about how to lose 10 kgs scientifically. Cool. Muscle mass in the core area, I talked about that. So amount of body fat stored in abdominal area. So I sort of talked about this, but if you have more body fat in that abdominal area, and you store it more in that area, it's not that you can't get a 6-pack. You know how you hear people say, I just can't lose that last bit around my lower belly. Well, you can lose it. It's just that maybe unluckily you have a little bit more fat storage there. And it's harder for you to lose the fat around that area. You have to get leaner in all the other areas as well before it comes off your belly. As a rule or as a guideline, the first place that it goes on will be the last place that it comes off. So if you're gaining weight and you start to see it on your belly first, all right, and then on your chest, and then on your shoulders and your back, cool. When you go to lose weight again, it will come off your back, and then your chest and shoulders, and then your belly last. So the first place that it goes on will generally be the last place that it comes off, okay? So just keep in mind that when you're going for that really toned stomach, it's not that it can't happen for you. It's just maybe you have to just hold on a little bit longer. Maybe you just have to, I don't like to use the word diet, maybe you have to stick to your nutrition plan a little bit longer than some others. You know, you might have a friend whose arms aren't as lean as yours, but she's got a toned belly. And your arms might be leaner than hers, but your belly's not. That doesn't mean you can't get those abs. It doesn't mean you can't lose the fat around that area. It just means for your genetics, you're gonna have to go a little bit further, right, and push a little bit harder. But you might be on the other side of it. You might be the lucky ones who get it easy, right? And this is extremely important. You can't spot reduce. What do I mean by this? You cannot spot reduce. So you can't remove the fats. Sorry, I'm just checking Facebook to see if there's any comments that I missed or anything like that. Any questions, but I can't really see, so that's cool. You can't remove the fat around a certain area. You can't do crunches to remove the fat around the belly. If you're out there doing 1,000 crunches a day and wondering why your belly's not getting leaner, it's because you're training the muscle. The burning that you feel in the abdominal area is not you burning fat. It's you working the muscle. And working the muscle doesn't burn fat at all. You know, you can't do bicep curls, ladies, or tricep, or just tricep extensions to lose the fat in that area. It doesn't work. It's not how it works, right? Because you're working the muscle, you're not working the fat. Fat loss comes through a calorie deficit and using that fat as energy. You cannot spot reduce. So all of you out there doing certain exercises to try and tone a certain part of your body, absolute waste of time. Complete waste of time. It makes sense, right? Theoretically, cool. If I make that area burn, it's going to get leaner. Nah, it is a complete myth. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to train effectively soon, to lose the fat and on all areas of the body. But as I said, right, the first place it goes on is usually the last place it comes off, and depending on where you store your body fat, will also play a big part in where you get lean first. You know, I know probably a lot of you watching me right now have probably done this thing where you work a certain part of the body a lot, but you don't see any results in it. It doesn't mean that you can't lean that part of your body out. It just means you're going the wrong way about it. Okay, there's so much misinformation out there that it's very hard to know what to take in, right? So much misinformation that how do you even believe what I'm saying, right? Because everybody has a different point of view. So it's about creating a calorie deficit, okay? One thing that everybody does agree on is that you need to create a calorie deficit to stimulate the muscles, okay? And that's basically what we're going to talk about next. Any questions, guys? Shoot them through, yeah? Shoot them through, because I'll be happy to help and answer them as I go. Okay, cool. So, how to lose 10 kilos scientifically. Awesome, cool. All right. So, this is the best bit, because this breaks it all down and makes sense. Okay, so you'll see down the bottom. Let's talk about a calorie deficit first. Okay, no, well, let's talk about down here first, because you're obviously probably looking at those, all right? So, I couldn't find a kg representation of this, okay? That's all in pounds. 1 pound is, 1 kg is 2.25 pounds, okay? So 1 pound is reasonably about half a kilo, okay? So 3,500 calories need to be burnt to burn half a kilo. Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, so let's break it down. Your body has a maintenance level of energy. Okay, so let's say, for example, my maintenance is 3,000 calories. So if I eat 3,000 calories per day, I will stay the same weight. I will stay the same weight. Okay, now if I eat 3,500 calories per day, I'm eating more energy than I'm burning. So that extra energy will get stored on my body. Now, if I'm weight training, it will get stored as fat and muscle. If I am not weight training, it will just get solely stored as fat. Okay, so when you eat more, when you consume more than you burn, you store energy on your body. On the other side of the scale, if my maintenance is 3,000, and what I'm currently doing to get leaner is eating 2,500 calories per day. I'm burning 3,000, but my body is only receiving 2,500 from my diet. So there's an extra 500 calories there that need to be sourced from somewhere. So my body will tap into my fat and muscle stores and break that down and use it as energy. Now, if I'm weight training and I'm getting a sufficient amount of protein, my body will minimize the amount of muscle that it takes, the amount of protein it takes from my muscle, and it will take the maximum amount from my fats. Okay, so I'm in a 500 calorie deficit each day over a week. Let's say I'm only in a deficit 6 days of the week. 500 calories times 6 is 3,000 calories. That puts me in a 3,000 calorie deficit for the week. Okay, 3,500 calories is 1 pound. Now, look, this isn't exact. Okay, this is a guideline as well. You're not always going to burn 3,500 calories and lose exactly a pound. Okay, but it is a guideline, and it will work pretty close. Okay, so I'm in a 500 calorie deficit each day, and for the week, and I lose half a kilo. That's how it works. That's how it works. You need to burn energy to burn energy, right? You need to burn energy to burn the fat, the stored energy of your body, right? The 3,500 calories. Now, that will equate to half a kilo of fat off your body. And that's how it works on a basic level, right? That's the science behind it. So when you are in that calorie deficit, understand that you are slowly tapping into the fat stores on your body. So let's work it out, right? If 3,500 calories is, let's say half a kilo, okay, that puts us at 7,000 calories for a kilo, which means we need to be in a total of a 70,000 calorie deficit to lose 10 kilos, right? So you're looking at about, what is that? 14 weeks? Oh God, don't take me on the maths there. 3,500 calories, 1 week, half a kilo. 2 weeks is a kilo, times 10. 20 weeks. God, don't know where I got 14 from. Cool. So 20 weeks to lose 10 kilos is a safe, healthy, sustainable way to do it. And understand that if you don't have that 3,500 or 3,000 calorie deficit for the week, you're not going to lose fat. You're not going to burn fat, right? Now, I mean, this is 1 pound of weight, right? So we're not going to get into the fat and the weight and the water loss and everything like that, okay? But 3,500 calories to lose half a kilo, okay? 7,000 to lose a kilo. So that right there has already set into your minds, okay, cool. It's not about, oh, will it work for me? It's not about, oh, but I'm eating healthy and nothing's coming off. It's about, are you in a 3,500 calorie deficit each week? Because if you are, you're pretty much close enough to guarantee to know that you'll lose half a kilo. And that's the science behind it. And when we are working with fat loss, weight loss like this, we don't mess around with guesswork because it's science. Everything in life has a system. Fat loss, muscle gain, there's systems. And when you follow the system correctly, you get the results, right? You know, we drive on the road and there's rules and we follow the system and we get to where we want safely. We don't follow the system, we crash. We don't get to where we want safely. It's exactly the same, right? So we need to make sure that we're following a system scientifically, I don't even think that's a word, a system to get us to where we want to go. You know, it's very easy to eat healthy and overeat. Okay, so am I saying that you need to track your calories? Yes. How important is it to you? How important is it to lose 10 kilos? Is it just a meh? How important is it to get a six pack? Is it a meh? Or is it I want to do this. I want to do this to change my life. I want to do this for my confidence, for my health, my happiness, my vitality, for my children, whatever it may be. How important is it to you? Because tracking your intake is the only sure way to make sure that it happens. Now, the picture's on the end. You might be wondering why I put these two ladies here. Okay, one of them basically has muscles and one doesn't, right? And I've just basically used this as an example of weight loss versus fat loss. Okay, let's say they were both overweight at one point, and one of them focused on weight loss and didn't get the sufficient amount of protein that they needed, and just did cardio. Cool, she would look like the lady on the left. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. She looks great, right? But the lady on the right has a lot more muscle tone and definition, and probably focused on protein and lifting weights to make sure that the result was fat loss and not muscle loss as well. Okay, which is what we're going to touch on in a bit too. All right, so understand that it's a scientific system. Okay, it's not guesswork. It's not, oh, it's not working for me because I'm just not supposed to lose fat. No, it's you're not putting yourself in a 3,500 calorie deficit each week. That's that simple, because the science says 500 calories per day deficit is half a kilo roundabout lost per week. Understanding that is a massive mental mind shift, because that is going to allow you to create real results, right? If you know how much your intake is, you know how much calorie deficit you're in each day, you know mentally, I'm going to achieve those results because I'm in that deficit. Cool? Awesome. Okay, cool. On to the next thing. All right, so we want to create a calorie deficit, right? And one of the best ways to create a calorie deficit is to train hard, isn't it? Now, I've got another webinar called How to Train to Tone and Sculpt Your Ideal Body. I think that's what it's called, something like that. And that's like a whole webinar exactly like this that just focuses on the training aspect, just focuses on weightlifting and why we need to lift weights and how it's effective, right? So how to train and sculpt your ideal body. If you're watching your ideal body, if you're watching a recording right now, then it will literally just be right here on YouTube. How to tone and whatever. Okay, the other one I did. All right. So next, cool. All right. So if you are a regular watching me, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about right now. If you haven't watched me talk about how to train, the most effective way to train for fat loss, then you're in for a treat. Cool. So we want to maximize fat loss through exercise. Okay. You know, there's no point training for 45 minutes to an hour and doing isolation exercises, bicep curls, you know, leg extensions, that sort of thing. Remember how I spoke about you can't spot reduce. So if you are watching me right now, if you're watching a recording, awesome. But if you are that person that goes around on the machines and just works a certain muscle group to try and burn the fat from that area, you are wasting your time. Look, you might gain a little bit of strength and you might feel a bit better about yourself. But in terms of what you can do to optimize fat loss and strength gain, you're wasting your time. Okay. The most effective way to put ourselves in that calorie deficit, right, and to be able to stay in that calorie deficit is to do large compound lifts that burn as much energy as possible in the session. You know, a large compound lifts being the squat, the deadlift, the bench press, you know, the bent over row, the pull up, the box jump, the lunges, the stiff legged deadlifts. Like these movements will burn, like you could go quickly through this in half an hour and burn more calories in half an hour than you would doing an hour maybe an hour and a half walking around doing the machines, that sort of thing. So it's about large compound lifts that stimulate as much muscles as possible. When we can stimulate as many muscle fibers as possible in a workout, we use more energy and we burn more calories. Not only that, we damage more muscle fibers, and it actually uses more calories over a long period of time to repair those muscles. You know, a cardio workout might burn 300 calories for half an hour, right? And then you won't burn any calories past that for that workout. But a high intensity workout or a high intensity interval training, I'm not going to touch on that, okay? Or a weightlifting workout, you may burn 300 calories in the workout, but over the next 48 hours, your body will burn up to an extra 200 to 400 calories, repairing your body, you know, coming back from the damage that you did to it, right? Good damage. So weightlifting not only burns more calories for the workout, but it also gives us an opportunity to improve performance. It gives us an opportunity to build more muscle. Okay, more muscle burns more calories. Muscle burns more calories at rest than fat. So when we can build more muscle, we can actually increase metabolism. Now, I've got another webinar called How to Burn More Fat While You Sleep. Yeah, that's what it's called, okay? And it's all about different techniques that you can use to raise your metabolism, basically. There's plenty of them out there, like building more muscle, getting stronger, doing more non-exercise activity, thermogenesis, which is like walking around and climbing stairs and that sort of thing. But what I'm getting at is the more calories we can burn, the easier it is to put yourself in a calorie deficit. If your metabolism is functioning at a higher level, you can actually eat more food whilst still getting leaner, right? Remember, we need to put ourselves in that 500 calorie deficit each day. Training like this, large 3 full body days, 4 full body days per week, with a large emphasis on compound movements that work as many muscles as possible, is the best way for you to burn as many calories in that session. But not only that, start focusing on improving your body's performance. Because if you want to look like an athlete, you need to train like an athlete. You need to be focusing on progressive overload. Okay? So, what is progressive overload? Okay, see the guy with the cow or the calf, right? If he just carries that calf around forever, he's not going to get any bigger, right? If that calf doesn't get any bigger, right? If he just carries that small calf around and that's the size it is, there's no need for his body to progress, because the calf stays the same. Each day he picks it up and walks around with it. The body says, oh, yeah, well, this is the same as yesterday. There's no need for me to add any strength or muscle because I know tomorrow it's going to be exactly the same, right? But that calf grows, right? It does grow. And as the calf grows, the dude picking up the calf starts to begin to pick up a heavier calf, a cow, right? And his body goes, man, this is getting harder. You know, I better add some strength or some muscle and lose some fat so that this cow is easier to carry, right? And as the cow gets bigger and bigger and bigger, so must the man, because his body will adapt to the stress or stimulus that is placed upon it. And this is progressive overload. If you are that person right now that's not tracking their weights, not tracking how much weight they lift, not tracking your repetitions, not tracking your exercises, how can you expect your body to progress if you're not forcing it to progress? It won't get better if you don't force it to. It's not gonna add strength or muscle or lose fat if you're just giving it the same thing over and over again. If you're giving it the same workout, if you go in and you're like, what did I lift last time? I might have done 20 reps of 10 kilos, and you go in and you do 20 reps of 10 kilos, but last time you actually only did 18 reps of 10 kilos, but you can't remember. And the body's like, last time you did 22 reps, right? And the body's like, we only did 20. That was easier than last time. I'm not going to get any better because I know next time it's not going to be harder. And on the most basic level, that's how it works. If you're not progressively overloading the stress or stimulus that you place upon your body, you're not going to improve your performance. And if you don't improve your body's performance, how do you expect to gain muscle, improve your metabolism, get better at burning calories, and ultimately lean out and start to see the body underneath for what it is, the muscles, you know? So if you are not focusing on this, you are not optimizing your training, you are, I would say, wasting your time. And once again, how important is it to you? Do you want the results? Do you want to lose the 10 kilos? Do you want the six pack? Imagine how is that going to make you feel when you wake up in 6 months' time and you look exactly the same as you do now, but you've been putting in work. How's that going to feel? Shit, right? My first S-bomb. So I usually swear a lot, but I'm trying to keep it PG. All right. So how would you feel though if you take the action, you have the discipline, you track your calories because you know that's the only scientific way to make it happen. And you start to begin to track your workouts. You start to begin to track how many weights you're lifting. And each time you come in, you get a little bit better and you see the progression and you feel the progression. And your body also knows that it's going to get harder and harder and harder. So it starts to progress itself and it increases your metabolism. And you start to be able to burn more calories per day so that you can stay in a larger deficit and it's easier to lose weight. And you start to see the tone coming out. And over time and over time and over time, the six pack comes. It's simple. If you just put in the effort for long enough, it's impossible for you not to get a six pack. It's impossible. It really is. It's not guesswork. It is a scientific system that, if followed, will produce the results that you're looking for. But you need to be able to stick to it. And the best way to stick to it is to stop focusing so much on the fat loss and start focusing on what we're talking about right here, improving your performance. When you add a whole nother factor to your training, of how much can I lift? Cool. Oh man, I'm lifting more. I hit a new PB for squat. I need to hit a new PB for deadlift. When you start to focus on improving the body's performance, you're not focused so much on the fat loss. You're not focused so much on getting the six pack. You are, but you've also got another prime focus, and that's improving your performance. And as you get stronger, fitter, faster, more explosive, your body has no choice but to start representing the training that you're putting in. It's impossible. That's the way it goes, right? So this is the best way to train to lose fat, not just in the session, but you need to adapt a lifestyle of progressive overload, doing large compound lifts that allow you to burn as many calories as possible so that you can improve your metabolism, start becoming more of a fat burning machine. I think I covered everything there. Does anybody have any questions on that? If you're watching a recording, you obviously can't ask questions, but anybody got any questions on that? Because that's one of the most important components of this. To be able to understand that will, it will take you to the next level. So if you've got any questions, send a chat, all right, in the thing or on Facebook. Go for it. Hit me with some questions. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next slide. I'll give you guys 30 seconds or so. I don't think I can actually see the Facebook questions. I can see people that have joined, but I can't actually scroll down to see the questions. Chat. No. Okay, cool. All right. No questions? Cool, awesome. Must have covered it properly, right? Moving on. All right. Cool. So putting together your own training program, training and nutrition program that will maximize your results. So we're about to create, what's our time? How long have we been on, guys? 38 minutes. Cool. Awesome. Doing good time. Okay. So we're going to put together your own training and nutrition program for your unique statistics, your height, your weight, your age, your activity level, everything like that. And we're gonna create your scientific plan to get your results. I'm not gonna say go and eat healthy, go and eat your meat and 6 veg. I mean that works for some people, but it only works because they're putting themselves in a calorie deficit. Why not make sure and know up here that you're burning 500 calories a day and know that you're on a plan that is guaranteed to give you success? Like that's so important for up here. Like imagine just eating clean and wondering, am I going to lose weight this week? Am I going to lose fat? I think I'm doing it right, but I don't know. And then the difference is knowing scientifically that you're in a 500 calorie deficit each day. you're going to burn the fat off your body, and you know that it's just a certain amount of time until that six-pack comes out. It's just a certain amount of time until you reveal the abs, until you reveal, the body that's underneath that you want. Cool. So we're going to create your goals and action plan. What you want to achieve, when you want to achieve it by. Pretty simple, but one of the most important things, and why you want to achieve it also. So your nutrition program specific to you and your training program. Cool. All right. So let me just, so you don't want to see all of these. Where are we? All right, cool. So let me see if I can share another part here. Okay. Share screen. Nope. Okay, so what we want to do, okay, so new slide. Cool. All right, so goals and action plan. Now I want you to write these down, yeah? Like don't just watch me and just be like, oh yeah, he's setting his goals. Oh, good on him for setting his goals. Yeah, he's doing really well. Good on him. Do it with me. Okay, that's why you're watching. That's why you're up at whatever time it might be for you, 10 past 8, or it might be 10 past 10, depending on where you're coming from, right? Set your goals with me, okay? So most importantly, get specific. If you've got a pen or paper right next to you, write it down. Maybe you're going to do it on your laptop, whatever it is, okay? We're going to set our goals. So let's say your goal weight. This is my goal, so it's got to be specific. So I'm going for sub 10% body fat, okay? Not sub 105, sub 10% body fat. Now do this, guys, because this is the most important part. If you don't do this, if you just sit there and go, oh, good on him for setting his goals, what's the point? What are you even watching me for, right? Cool, sub 10% body fat. Cool. By when? I know that I'm 15% at the moment, so I've got, so let's work it out scientifically, right? I'm 15% at the moment, okay? Now, I weigh 84 kilos. So, 84. 12.6 kilos of my weight is fat. Now I want to get to sub 10%, right? So I have to get down to 8.4 kilos of my weight from fat. So I've got 4.2 kilos to lose. 4.2 kilos of fat to lose. Right? Let's say we're going to lose half a kilo of fat a week. Okay? So, okay, you guys can't see me typing. All right, well, if you can't, oh, that's interesting. Give me a sec. Should be able to, you can probably hear me typing because I bashed the keyboard. Hold on a sec. Okay. Cheers, Emily. Thank you. All right, cool. Can you guys see this? Let me know if you can see it now. Thanks for everybody for... yeah, sorry, I do. I bashed the keyboard. All right, cool. So sub 10% body fat. I've got 4.2 kilos of fat to lose, right? Okay, so I need to... Now, you guys don't have to get specific with sub 10% body fat, but I want you to write what your goal weight is. So maybe it's 60 kilos. Maybe it's 65. Maybe you weigh 70 and you want to get to 60. Maybe it's 10 kilo fat loss. Maybe it is, maybe it's to get the six pack, right? But we want to determine at what weight you think the six pack will be. So sub 10% body fat. Instead of saying that, say 60 kilos. Okay. Then we want to work out how much you've got to lose. Okay. So now put down how much you've got to lose right next to it. Can you guys see my screen now on what I've typed there? All right, do this with me because this is what this webinar is all about, right? To educate you, but also to finish off with this plan to have you finished up with the exact calories you need to eat per day and a training program to follow as well. Of course, I got to lose 4.2 kilos of body fat. Let's say I can lose 500, half a kg every week. Okay, cool. So 8.4 weeks. I'm just going to round it out to 9 weeks. Cool. So 9 weeks. Now, I'm not just going to say 9 weeks. I'm going to look 9 weeks ahead on my calendar, and I'm going to find out exactly what that date is for me to be at sub 10% body fat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. Let's call it the end of June the 15th. Cool. 9 weeks. June 15th. Cool. If I follow this system, I can be sub 10% body fat in 9 weeks by June the 15th. So what is yours? Okay, if you've got 10 kilos to lose, work out what date you want to be at your goal weight by. Okay? Who's doing this actually? Is anybody actually doing this? Please write in the chat. I know if you guys are watching a recording, you can't write in the chat. That's cool. I appreciate your patience. Who's actually doing this though? Because that will be cool. All right. Let me show you in the chat. Jody Willis is doing this. Yay! Well done, Jody. Cool. All right. Anybody else? Because this is what we're here for. You'd be stupid not to. Did I just call you stupid? Yeah. Cool. So, sub 10% body fat. Cool. Alicia's doing this. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Okay, so we've got our goals, right? Now feel free to write your goals in the chat as well. Cool. So sub 10% body fat. I've got 4.2 kilos of fat to lose, and I know scientifically I can get there by June the 15th based on the system that we're going to use. Cool. By being in a 500 calorie deficit each day. Who else have we got? Cool. Doing it, mate. Hypothetically, though, I hold on to what fat I've got. Not sure what that means. You can lose the fat you've got. You can get as lean as you want to get, bro. You just got to follow this system. Okay, cool. Now, I don't talk about the level of proteins, fats, and carbs you have just yet. We're about to talk about that soon, all right? Okay, cool. So 9 weeks, June 15th. So you've got your goal, okay? You've got your goal weight. You've got how much you've got to lose, and you've worked out by what date you can lose it by. Cool. All right. Let me know, guys, if you can see this screen because we're about to work it all out. Okay. Give me a second, and I will share this new one with you. All right. So, new share. Okay. Which one will it be? Safari. Cool. Okay. You should see. All right. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to put me in a little corner. So minimize the size of the PowerPoint. You don't actually need to be able to see me for this one. Not massively. You just need to be able to see my screen, sort of. Not really. You just really need to follow. Put me on like half and half. Cool. So that you can do something on your internet as well as we do it. Cool. All right. So we're going to go to calorie calculator. www.calculator.net. Cool. www.calculator.net. Cool. Once we're there, and look, if I'm going too fast for you, let me know as well. Okay. And do this, guys. Even if you don't want to lose fat, I know what you'd be on this call for if you didn't. But do this with me because it's going to give you exactly what you need to lose the fat, to lose the weight, to get the six pack. Okay. If you guys are wondering what I'm drinking, it's green tea extract, okay? It's a supplement. And I don't talk about supplements in this. Supplements contribute to like 5% of your fat loss. Not really worth it at the moment. Cool. So can everybody see my screen where I'm putting, you can see the calorie calculator. So we're on calculator.net. So I'm going to put my age in. I am 26. I'm a male. My height, I am 6'2". Cool. Now I'm 6'3". Now I'm 2. Nah. All right, cool. So metric units. Let's go like this because we ain't American. 26. I am 187 centimeters. I am 84.6 kilos. Cool. My activity level is very active. Yeah, hard exercise, sports 6 to 7 times a week. Now, you want to put in your age, your gender, your height, your weight, and your activity level. And you're going to go calculate. Cool. And it's going to give us how many calories we need per day to maintain, how many calories you need per day to lose 0.5 of a kilo, etc., etc. I want you to write down the amount of calories that you need per day to lose 0.5 to lose half a kilo. Cool. So everybody keeping up with that, right? You've got your calories here per day, all right, of how much you need to eat to lose half a kilo a week. All right, we've got our first value. Cool. All right. Anybody not got that done? Okay, cool. So, next step. I need 2,760 calories a day. Why did that get smaller? Cool, 2,760 calories a day. Per day. All right, we're going to chat. 2,209 calories. Man, Isaac, if you're happy with how lean you are, bro, go the opposite way. Chuck on 500 calories. Cool. 2,000 per day to lose 0.5 kg per week. Cool. I'm just having a look at the chats here. Yeah, bro, that's it. If you want to build some muscle, bro, go the other way. Put 500 calories on. Now, we're not talking about that in this webinar, but go for it. Cool. All right, so that's what I need to eat per day. Okay, so we want, depending on what you want, 50% calories from carbs, 50% calories from carbs, 25% from protein, 25% fat. Cool. Now, this might get a little bit confusing. There are calculators that do this, but we're just going to work it out ourselves. So, to get 50% of our calories from carbs, how many do we need? We need 2,670 divided by 2 will be 50%. We need 13,680 calories from our carbs. Now, once you do this once, it's done, right? From carbs. Carbs have 4 grams. So per gram of carbs is 4 calories. 1 gram carbs equals 4 calories. Cool. And this might make a little bit more sense for some of you that don't know how protein, carbs, and fats make up calories as well. 1 gram of carbs has 4 calories, right? So if we need 1,380, sorry. Okay, we've got to divide that by 4. 1,380 divided by 4. So divide your number by 4. Carbs equals 345 grams. Now you can go lower carbs, you can go higher carbs, but just for the use of this, we're just going to go 50%. Cool, awesome. I need 25% of my protein, so 25% of my calories. Now, if you're not keeping up with this, oops, I don't want to invite everybody. Cool, Jody, 1666 to 1800. Cool. So for example, Jody's calories are 1800. Cool. So Jody, you want to divide 1800 by 2. Okay, and then you want to divide that, so 1800 divided by 2, and then divide it by 4, okay, to get your carbs. All right. Then we want to divide 1380 by 2 to get 25%, right? Or you can divide your total by 4. So I'm going to divide 1380 by 2 to get 25%. So I know I need 690 calories. God, what is this thing up to? 690 calories. Oh well, we'll just go with the big from protein. Cool. Protein, 1 gram of protein has 4 calories. So we're going to divide 690 by 4. 172.5. We want 172.5 grams. Well, I want 172.5 grams of my protein. 172.5 grams of protein. Cool. The last one, okay? 690 again, because that's 25% of our total calories. Okay, 690 calories from fats. Okay, 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. Cool. So 1 gram of carbs and 1 gram of protein has got 4 calories, but 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. It has double the energy density in carbs and proteins, This is why it gets such a bad rep, right? But fats are good for us, okay? And they fill us up a lot more. So we're going to divide 690 by 9. And we're going to get 77 grams of fat. Cool. Your total calories divided by 2 to work out 50% of calories from carbs. Divide the 2 by 4 to get your carbs, because carbs have 4 calories per gram. 690 from protein, divide it by 4 to get your protein requirement. 690 calories from fats, divide it by 9 to get your fat grams. Maths. How are we doing with that, guys? Anybody not got that? Anybody not got their calories for the day? Ooh, a stray cat. Random. Okay. Let me know if you don't have your calories, if you don't have your carbs, proteins, and fats. Otherwise, we shall move on. And I'm going to show you how to write up your own meal plans with foods you're going to enjoy eating so that you can get the results you want. Now, I just need to log in with MyFitnessPal. What is my password? That's a good question. Log in with Facebook. Gotta love that tab. Log in with Facebook. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Everybody has got their carbs, their proteins, their fats, and their calories, right? This is our scientific system to guarantee that you will lose fat. It's not guesswork. It's not maybe. It is a definite. Okay? I'm just waiting for my MyFitnessPal to log in, and then we'll go and I'll show you how to do it. Cool. All right. So we've got our calories, our carbs, our proteins, and fats. These are the requirements we need to hit on a daily basis to make sure that you lose half a kilo per week. Okay? All right. So most people have got MyFitnessPal as an app on their phone. I'm going to do it on my computer for obviously the purpose of this. All right. So I'm going to share my screen again. Cool. Maybe you can already see that. If you can't see MyFitnessPal, let me know. Otherwise, we'll get into it. Okay. Cool. So, food. Now, I've never done it on my computer before. I always do it on my app. So we'll see. Okay. Simple, right? Now, this has given me a slightly different reading to what I've got, but you can customize your calories in MyFitnessPal. Okay, so it's telling me I need 2,500, 314, 70, 157. Now, breakfast, add food. What do we want for breakfast? Let's have 2 slices of toast. Sounds good to me. And let's say 100 grams of cheese. All right, for example, all right? Now, we're not going to write the whole diet up right now. I'm just showing you how to do it. Cool. So I've put in my slice of toast and my cheese. It tells me that so far I've had 619 calories, 34 grams of carbs, 38 grams of fat, 32 grams of protein. Now, this is something that you're going to do after. Okay? You're going to go through and you're going to write up a meal plan that hits your calories, your fats, your proteins, and your carbs. And then you're going to go and eat that meal plan. And you're going to lose weight. And it's that simple. And as you lose more and more fat, your abs come out. Yay! And as you train with weights or focus on progression and do some sort of resistance training, your muscles maintain, you sculpt a lean physique, and you get the body that you want. It isn't rocket science. It's Jody, yay! It's a scientific system that if you follow will guarantee the results. We do 100% money back guarantee on all of our programs, our online and our personal training one-on-one programs, because of the system. 100% money back guarantee. If you follow the system 100% and don't get the results, we give you all your money back. But nobody's ever asked for their money back because they either follow the system like 80% and get amazing results, or they don't follow it, right? And just pertaining to that, we put 100% money back guarantee on it. It obviously works. How the hell could we put 100% money back guarantee on all of our program and nutrition, our training and our nutrition, our programming for nutrition and training, if it wasn't a scientific system that guaranteed results? Okay, so in your free time after this video, you're going to jump on your app, on your phone, and write up some meal plans that hit your values with foods that you want to eat. All right, we want 60 to 70 to 80% whole nutritious foods. But if you want to eat a chocolate bar after dinner and it fits within your calories, have the chocolate bar. If you want to have a small bowl of ice cream, have the small bowl of ice cream. If you want to have some chips and some crackers and it fits in your calories, have it. Okay, it's supposed to be sustainable. It's not supposed to be a diet. It's not supposed to be, I can't have this, I can't have that. It's supposed to be sustainable and something that you can stick to. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Screen. All right. So we're going to finish up in about 10 minutes, guys. We've got 10 minutes to go. We're just going to show you how to write up a training program. And that's that. Cool. So we have an app here. It's called the Spiral Up Fitness app. Allows you to write up your own program. Allows us to write up programs for you. Allows you to write up your own programs and allows you to track everything: your weights, your measurements, the reps that you did, etc., etc. If you guys want access to this app, I'll give it to you for free. Those of you that are watching, just hit me up on Facebook. Just private message me and say, "Give me access to the app." Cool, and I will do so. And it will allow you to use an app to track your training. Cool. So, for example, what we're going to do is we're going to have. Can you guys see my screen? Hopefully you can. I'm going to do up a workout program. Cool. So this does not need to be complicated. Very, very simple. All right. We're going to do 3 days. 3 full body days. Full body 1. Hopefully you can all see what I'm doing here. Full body 2. And full body 3. Cool. You can follow the program that I write right now, or you can make up your own. We're gonna now, as I said, I do a webinar called how to train to tone and sculpt your ideal body. If you really want to learn how to write up a program and the principles behind how to write up an exercise program, then go and watch that, because that breaks everything down into the principles of training, how long you have to rest, how many reps you need to do, why we do a certain amount of sets, etc., etc. It'll be on my YouTube channel. So just YouTube Reese Margan if you're watching me now, or if you're watching a recording, it'll be literally right there. Cool. All right, so we're going to do some squats. Now, as I said, we want to make it simple. Large compound lifts, okay, that work as many muscles as possible. Come on, computer. Okay. All right, so squats. Cool. We're going to do 3 sets, 12, 10, 8. Simple. Cool. Let's do, what's next? What else is a hard movement? Some push-ups. Cool. All right, but maybe you can't do push-ups on the ground, so we do them on a table, or we do them on the squat rack. Let's do 12, 10, 8. Oh, easy. Cool. All right, let's do some lunges. All right, large movements. We're not using any machines. We're using. Let's do 12, 10, 8. Simple. Cool. And let's finish off with some pull-ups. Cool. Now, if you can't do full pull-ups, then we use the squat rack at the gym, or you can use, as this says, a table, right? Cool. Oh, look at it. It'll even show you how to do it. I hope everybody can see this. Hey, look at that. Oh, well done, little man. Cool. This will show you everything. So if you want access to this app, hit me up, because I'll give you access to this, and you can write up your own programs and follow them. The most important thing about this is it allows you to track your reps and the weight that you lifted. Cool, that's day 1. Wow, really simple. Cool. Oh, that was day 3 actually. Cool. What are we going to do next? Let's do some deadlift. Cool. So you want to choose a large compound exercise for each day. All right. Cool, deadlift, awesome. Let's just do 12, 10, 8. That's easy. What else can we do? We can do some shoulder press, okay? Movements that work as many muscles as possible with the shoulder press. So we're not going to do the shoulder press machine, okay? We're going to do, let's have a look, shoulder press dumbbells. Cool, that's going to force you to engage your core. It's going to force you to squeeze your legs. It's going to force you to squeeze your glutes. Don't do it like that guy's doing it. Oh, funny. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to do, what else should we do, guys? We'll do some box jumps. Cool. Whoa. Like, this doesn't need to be hard. It doesn't need to be complicated, but you need to make sure that you're tracking your weights. You need to make sure that you track. I did 20 box jumps last time at this height. Next time I'll do 25. Or I did 12 shoulder press at 8 kilos. Next time I'll do 12 at 10 kilos, right? It's the exercises and the workouts don't need to be complicated, but you need to make sure that you're progressing each time. What else can we do? We will do some chest press. Cool. All right. Now we do large compound movements like this because bench press, yeah, that's cool. The body uses all the stabilizer muscles, and the more muscles we can use, the better we can create a lean toned physique, the more fat we can lose, etc., etc. Cool. And let's finish off with a day of, you know what? Let's do a high intensity cardio day. Cool. Now, I don't mean jumping around doing box jumps. I mean like doing some serious sprints, right, on the treadmill or something. Okay. Look at a marathon runner, skin and bones, right? Look at sprinters. They are extremely muscly, and it's because you fast-paced things like a sprint stimulates the muscle. I did sprints on the treadmill yesterday on an incline, and my legs feel like I did weightlifting, right? So sprints, cool. We're going to do 30 seconds on with a 20-second rest, right? 20 seconds rest. Cool. For 10 sets. 10 sets of 30 seconds with 20 seconds rest. That will absolutely destroy you if you do it at the maximum. So high intensity interval training, Google it, is just as beneficial as weight training. Okay, as long as you're progressing, as long as you're pushing yourself to the limit, it has the same sort of benefits as weight training. Not just cardio running on the machine, but high intensity interval training. Cool, we've got 3 workouts right there. Okay, you're more than welcome to watch this recording over, pause them, and follow that. But you need to make sure that they change up every 4 weeks. You've got to vary them, etc., etc., etc. As I said, watch my video on how to train to tone and sculpt your ideal body, and it really will give you an awesome breakdown of how to write up your own workout programs like this. Okay, cool, guys. That is it. Like, that's a step-by-step system. I've just given you the exact calories that you need to eat, the proteins, the carbs, and the fats that you need to eat to lose fat. Now, obviously, a big part of this is mindset. Okay, so I've also got a webinar called How to Align Your Mindset, How to Align Your Psychology for Long-Term Sustainable Fat Loss. Okay, so if you're watching me on YouTube, it'll be right here. Okay, so like all of these videos I do, they all go together if you watch them. And I've also got another video called The Perfect and Simple Fat Loss System, which will really break this down, really break it down, you know, the protein, the carbs, the fats, the nutrition, everything. So if you just watch all these videos right here, you'll get a very extensive knowledge of how to train, how to eat, how to think, okay, to align your psychology for success. Like, that's why I do this. I just absolutely love doing this and providing value to people. If this webinar helps one person lose 10 kilos, then I've done my job. You know, that's how I see it. And I know that it will, because I offer systems. I don't offer guesswork. I don't offer maybes. We deal in apps, we deal in systems, and that's what we do. And when you follow the systems that I talk about on these webinars, you get results. If you don't follow the system, you won't get the results. Like, it's really that simple. So look, I hope that helped. It's not a complete total breakdown of the training and the nutrition and the mindset, but I have the complete total breakdowns on my YouTube channel if you're watching a recording, okay? So click on them and watch them, because they're the systems to achieve success in your life. And it's that simple. Follow a system and get the results. Don't follow the system, don't get the results. Cool. So What have we got? So the aligning psychology for long-term fat loss, how to burn more fat while you sleep. And look, first two people to PM me, look, I'm happy to give you, not if you're watching the recording, but the first two people on here, 2 free body transformation sessions, all right, for the first 2 people to PM me, so we can really sit down and you can ask any other questions that you have of me, and we can map out a plan for the next 6 months for you. Look, I hope that helped, guys. Look, I love that. I love delivering these systems and knowing that if somebody follows this, they will get the results. Okay, that's why I do it. I absolutely love adding as much value as possible to everybody. So, guys, any questions right now? Let me know. I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you all for watching the recording. Okay. And